Xbox. It's had some excellent exclusives these past few years, and with all the acquisitions Microsoft's been negotiating, well, that number is going to be growing. But in the meantime, we put together a list of 15 Xbox exclusives to sink your teeth into, from indies to the big hitters. So, let's get into it. Microsoft Flight Simulator is an absolute dazzling feat. Using real-world data pulled from Bing Maps, the game generates a fully realized 3D Earth using AI. You can fly anywhere in the world, to your house, to your friend's house, to my house. It's absolutely absurd. And using what only can be described as magic, updates the in-game Earth to reflect changing weather patterns like massive storms or hurricanes. It's just bonkers. Oh, and it's playable on console for the first time in the series' existence on the Xbox Series X and S, so that's pretty sweet. Sea of Thieves is great. Teaming up with 3 friends to set sail, delegate responsibilities to control the ship, treasure hunt, navigate an expansive sea, take on an enormous shark, or just drink until you throw up on each other never ceases to entertain me. And have you seen how good this water looks? Look at it. It's just fantastic. It's a shared world game, allowing you not to only set sail with friends, but encounter other players too. Whether you want to help them, ignore them, steal from them, or kill them, well, that's entirely up to you. The game is filled with natural discovery and plenty of scenarios that flip the script and force you and your friends to react on a whim. Also, have I mentioned how good that water looks? And recently, it added a crossover expansion with Pirates of the Caribbean to pack in hours of story-driven content. Okay, yeah, this isn't one game, but rather 6 games. We're talking Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, 3, ODST, Reach, and Halo 4. But look, there's no denying it. Halo is king, and few franchises have had the impact on the medium that Halo has. And the Master Chief Collection is the encapsulation of all of that. Whether you're thinking of just dipping your toes into the sci-fi melodrama or jump into an online deathmatch, everything you need is right here in this collection. You don't have to know all that much about cars to strap in and have a blast with Forza Horizon 4. This entry in the series stands out for the introduction of seasons, each of which provides a unique experience to the same tracks. Of course, that's easy to drive in the summer, may be a whole lot trickier when there's ice on the ground, go figure. It's also just one pretty game to look at. Car fan or not, there's no denying that. Gears 5 expanded the scope of the series more so than any entry before it, incorporating open areas that give you the opportunity to tread off the beaten path and pursue optional objectives. A welcoming change of pace in the otherwise linear Gears formula. But don't be fooled, it still rewards the same quick reflexes with satisfyingly brutal depictions of carnage, but throws in some extra flavor to how you tackle challenges depending on how you approach an enemy base or the weapons you're going in with. This also picks up right after Gears 4, playing as Kate Diaz, and based on this ending, that story isn't over quite yet. And this probably goes without saying, but its multiplayer is as top-notch as ever. Myst. Ah yes, the cryptic puzzle game classic. This remake rebuilt the game from the ground up with new art and sound assets, more interactions, and even an added option to randomize puzzles if you're one of the veteran geniuses to have actually finished this game, like me. Myst is absolutely great, and this remake makes an age-old classic from 1993 completely re-realized for the modern age. And if anything, it's just worth walking around exploring to hear its soothing new age soundtrack. State of Decay 2 has come a long way since its launch, expanding on its zombie survival open world formula with graphical overhauls, new maps, modes, and more story missions. It's now a solid game for those looking for that Walking Dead experience, where you're building bases, recruiting allies, managing resources, maintaining relationships, scavenging for resources, and creatively fighting off hordes of the undead. It's also got co-op. Who said the zombie apocalypse couldn't involve a little teamwork? Rare Replay includes 30 games from the studio's history, from the era of the ZX Spectrum to the 360. There is a hefty heaping of titles, from beat-em-up Battletoads and 3D platformer Banjo-Kazooie to the first-person shooter Perfect Dark and life simulator Viva Pinata. There's likely at least one title included in Rare Replay that'll tickle your fancy. Now, unlike most games on this list that are available on PC too, Rare Replay is actually one of the very few to be completely exclusive to an Xbox console. Adios is a game about a farmer, but not just any farmer. It's about a farmer who's got a job on the side disposing dead bodies from the mob by feeding them to his pigs. That is, until one day, he calls it quits. And well, this isn't the sort of gig someone just gets up and walks away from. The end result is a cinematic first-person story that asks the player to grapple with themes of morality and grief, but grounds them in a relatable tale about two people trying to come to terms with their lives. It's a nuanced drama that's sure to linger with you and is absolutely worth your time. The Big Con is a 90s animated TV-fueled adventure game oozing heaping loads of nostalgia from that culture. In The Big Con, you play as Allie, a teenager roped into a partnership with a con artist after finding out her mother owes $100,000 to loan sharks. Thrusted onto a cross-country trip, Allie is trying to scrounge up any dime she can. You'll be planning your own cons and, as a part of the process, strategically piece together how to maximize the profits. All of which is held together with a solid story of a young girl dealing with her mother's expectations while handling her blossoming queer feelings. It's pretty great, and it's the debut title from developer Mighty Yell. Grounded is like if you took Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and smashed it with Minecraft. It's especially a fun setup if you have friends to play it with. You build bases and weapons to protect you from critters that, well, want to eat you. And in the process, must uncover remnants of a secret lab that may hold the key to how you got shrunk in the first place. Oh, and if you don't do that well with spiders, don't worry. It's got an arachnophobia mode that makes them a little less scary. Ooblets is a bizarre but charming blend of farming simulator and creature collecting RPG. So it's basically Stardew Valley meets Pokemon, which is probably a lot of people's dream game. In this case, however, instead of beating the creature into submission and make it your own, you do a dance battle. You play as the newest resident of Badge Town, where you're given a worn-down farm and the choice of your starting ooblet. As you fix up your farm, you'll be able to plant crops to sell. You can also journey across the region and challenge other trainers in a dance battle, which kind of plays out like a card-based game. As mentioned, it's bizarre, but charming. In a lot of ways, Insomniac Games' Sunset Overdrive is an early precursor to the developer's follow-up, Marvel's Spider-Man. It's an open-world action-adventure that makes you the superhero-like guardian of Sunset City, after an energy drink turns most humans into mutant monsters. Like Marvel's Spider-Man after it, Sunset Overdrive mixes combat and movement, and rewards you with bonuses for shooting your arsenal of guns while wall running, gliding across phone lines, or bouncing on top of cars. It's fun, quite bombastic, and at times, pretty hilarious. The Vale Shadow of the Crown is a fascinating take on an action RPG because you're blind. Therefore, all the usual run-of-the-mill stuff you do in an RPG, like fighting enemies, sneaking around guards, firing a bow, walking through the market, is all entirely done with sound. You have to listen to enemies shuffling around you and exhaling as they swing a sword to know where and when to parry and attack, or pick out the clanging of a blacksmith's hammer amidst a busy market to figure out where to go for new armor. It's totally unique and a fascinating approach to an otherwise cliché genre. And there you have it, the 15 definitive games that all Xbox One and Series console owners should consider checking out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give us a thumbs if you found this video helpful. Oh, and if you're not already, consider subscribing too to stay up to date for everything related to gaming. Okay, take care folks.